Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Geek Authority's mysterious chamber of collectibles. Yes, I'm back with a number of things I want to show you, and this particular show is one of my favorite things in terms of board games. I'm a big board game gamer myself. Me and Michael play lots of board games with friends and family, and let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. But there's one game in particular, and what I'm learning lately is either people love it or they would rather not play it. And guess what it is? That's right. It's the original Monopoly. I love Monopoly. And what's unique about it for me is it's an experiment in strategic financial interests. So for the kids, it teaches them the value of money in a kind of a funny way in terms of what properties you can buy, when you can build houses or turn them into the hotels, or collecting rent. And then there's the other aspect of it too. There's the chance cards, which you have to pay bills and taxes and all this other stuff. And then of course your utilities, railroads, and so on and so forth. But Monopoly has been one of my favorite games of all times. Now, because I do like a little bit of history, let me tell you a little bit of something about it. I've got some notes here. Monopoly was originally invented in 1903 by Lizzie Magie in Arlington, Virginia. Now, she did it as a way of basically explaining the economy. And the board wasn't quite what it looked like when it was released later on as a board game in a box. But it was kind of like showing properties and investments in various areas, which included the utilities, and including, do you want to build a house, a farm, and or a hotel? And then kind of like it caught on. And her college friends from all over, if you read the history of Monopoly, you'll find out that college kids were playing this at Harvard, Columbia University, and the University of Pennsylvania, 1904 to 1935. Well, she hooked up with this person, and I say it, kind of sparingly, Charles Darrow, excuse me, and he basically stole the idea and gave the concept to Parker Brothers. Parker Brothers was the original release of this game, and they kind of pretty much created this box. This is the original box, and even the copyright on it says 1935, which was the original date of the first publishing of the game as a game in a box. But yeah, it looked exactly like this. Very few changes, including the cover. And Mr. Moneybags, of course, became famous because, of course, he's the icon for the symbol for the game. But what you didn't know, and because I do love it so much, is there are so many versions of Monopoly. There's traveling versions, there's sports editions, there's video game editions. Literally, like Destiny has a board game edition, and of course, all the franchises you could think of, from Superman to Star Wars and Star Trek and Disney and all kinds of franchises. Well, as a result, over time, over the last probably 30 years or so, I've been collecting various versions. Now, just to give you an idea, the original one was published back in 1935 by Parker Brothers, but was since bought by Hasbro. Hasbro owns the rights to the what is the Monopoly franchise. There have been several other companies that have taken over, but currently Hasbro has the market on it. But just so you also know, the game has been licensed in 103 countries and can be seen in over 37 languages. Love to get my hands on one of those versions of a foreign version of the game. They've been published. Oh, here we go. This is the part where, because I started collecting them. They've been published and produced over 1,144 versions of the game. That's right. It's not just Monopoly. It's 1,144 more versions of it, based on the franchises or the themes or whatever, however they created them. Any game can take you as little as 20 minutes or as much as 180 minutes if you really get into it. I love those when you have a lot of people and you're finding for properties and you're mortgaging your house or the hotel or whatever to pay bills as you go around the board. I always find that fun. But the reason I'm doing this episode is to literally show you what is out there. They did a version, I think this was, let me double check. And of course, when I want to find it, I can't find it. I think this came out 30 years later, so around the 60s. They came out with this version. It's called Advance to Boardwalk. Basically, as you can see, it's old. It's a long strip, and the properties are on the side. You have a kind of a different way of winning. You have to go across the board, and there are some advantages of cards that can help you move forward or whatever. But it's really a cool game. I believe I got this on eBay because it's a version of Monopoly, but with a different twist. And that's kind of one of the originals that were out there. Now, here's why I wanted to show you or talk about Monopoly. There are so many versions. There is one. I've got them over here all stacked up. There's one called the electronic banking version. And literally, there's a calculator in there that you put a key card in for every player, so it tracks your money and how you're spending it and where you're spending it and so on and so forth. Kind of the same board layout, but with the help of electronic numbers, so you can calculate your savings or earnings or debits. Really cool. Okay, then there's Empire version. What is this one? Empire version. You see all the logos and headlines? It's basically corporations. It's Monopoly, but with all the corporate America kind of things. Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Pepsi, all of them. The board is a little different. And by the way, all the game pieces in every game are unique to the theme. For example, this one, it's got the Coke bottle, got the Paramount Pictures logo for movies, you know, the game controller for video games, you know, because Nintendo, I believe, is in here. So amazing how they transfix the rules and regulations. Basically, everything's the same. There is some form of currency. Sometimes it's exactly the same as the original. Other times it's unique to the game, or the denominations are different because of how you need to play. Like corporate America, you're talking about millions of dollars for the various things. But I'm going to keep on going. Now, couldn't believe they have this version. There is a version called Monopoly Socialism. Winning isn't just for capitalists. How cool is that? Yes, it's basically spending money is to your advantage. Making money is not. I know. Boom. But anyway, it breaks it down. There's different kind of tokens in order to do what you need to do and establish your areas and what properties you have, as well as the money, which giving is better than receiving. So, you know, better healthcare is in here and all kinds of socialistic kind of things that help the community versus the individual. So when you help the community more, you get more points and more money and you win the game, basically. So yes, there's a version of socialism. Here's another one. I love this one. This is called Monopoly, the Cheaters Edition. Yes, you actually get points for cheating. And that could be misconstruing information or leading people to purchase things that they probably shouldn't because it's going to cost them more money than they thought. It even comes with handcuffs. And here, obviously, it's the same principle. You want to win the game and get your sources, but at the same time, you can turn corners and, you know, look under things and take advantage of knowing information that the other players don't. So it's kind of a legalized cheating, but in this game, that's how you win, and they've got the rules specifically for it. They got some great tokens and everything from a dinosaur to a penguin. So kind of a fun version of it. Okay, Monopoly even got creative with the concept of it. They came out with this version. It's called Make Your Own Monopoly version. What this is, you literally, they have a little program in there, a little disc. You enter the disc and you name the streets. You name the locations. You name the chance cards. You personalize everything. In this case, I call it Marchesiopoly, which is my name, Lorenzo Marchesi, but it's so much fun. Everything is, you know, you get it from the disc up here, and then you personalize all the information. There's stickers inside you put on the board. It's really cool because you personalize it. It's great for families because everybody can have their own property or whatever, or, you know, pay luxury tax to mom. It's so cool. That's another version of it. Bet you didn't know. That's why I'm here. All right. Now, as far as franchises go, there's millions of franchises out there. And like I said, there's, 1,144 versions of Monopoly so far. that are out there. And here is, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4 versions for Doctor Who. I'm a big Doctor Who fan, so I will, let's see, how can I show you this way? All right, here we have the Doctor Who 50th anniversary edition. And as you can see, this is when, I believe, is it, Matt Smith, when Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, had the 50th anniversary show. So it's, again, it's catered to the show, specific places and creatures and events and all that kind of thing. The characters are awesome, you know, different objects that belong to the various Doctors. You can add your own pieces too if you want, because they have additions to things that you can do. Okay, here is, I gotta go fast, there's a lot of them. This is the Doctor Who Regeneration Edition, and this one goes to Computer Capaldi. This one basically deals with all the regenerations, and currently there's 14 regenerations. I think this one only goes up to the 13th, which would be Computer Capaldi. But again, the token pieces are amazing. They're little figures of that identify you with the various Doctors. And the third version is called the Doctor Who, the Fast Dealing Property Game, Doctor Who Edition. Okay, it's called the Doctor Who Edition. Again, Matt Smith was there. There's Mr. Munbags. And the back of it, the board, I'm kind of hopefully showing you the board and stuff. Again, money is catered to Gallifrey and so on and so forth. The dice are pretty basic. And again, where are they? Do they show? Anyway, doesn't show the game piece. Okay, that's version number 3. Version number 4, Doctor Who. Ta-da! This is really cool. It's heavy too, because the excuse me, the pieces in here are metal. So, and as you can see in the box, you actually see the pieces from K9 to I forget what that box is called, where the Time Lords communicate and so on and so forth. The TARDIS, and again, the game board is specific to the regenerations and oh, this is the aliens. Did I read this right? Villains edition. I'm sorry, this is the villains edition. So yeah, there's no Doctors in this one. It's all villains, and that's why they're all these figures on there. Again, the Gallifreyan money's different. The locations all different. So those are the 4 Doctor Who. Sticking with the franchises, we're going to jump to Star Wars. Yes, Star Wars has a few. Well, the latest movies included Kylo Ren. So starting with Force Awakens, they released the Star Wars edition. But this particular one picks up where Kylo Ren is involved. And you have Kylo and you have Luke. It looks like Darth and Finn in there. You can see, I hope I'm not going too fast, but just want to make you aware. Now, this board from Monopoly is very different. It's a circular pattern. It's got the same properties as you can see. It's got tokens to determine the good side or bad side. It's got different kind of cards that allow you to do different kind of Jedi or not Jedi Sith things. And the money, of course, is very specific. So that's the first version of Star Wars. Then we have, oh wow, I love this. I haven't even taken the shrink wrap off this. This is the Parker Brothers Monopoly Star Wars Classic Trilogy Edition. So that's Star Wars Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Jedi. And oops, let's look at the back real quick. Love the board. Kind of a little glare there. Love the board. Oh, the pieces. You got the Star Destroyers, the Millennium Falcon, all kinds of the houses look like star bases. The character pieces. See that? It looks like you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Very cool. Obi-Wan, Darth, Luke, Boba Fett, the Emperor. Wow, quite a few. C-3PO. That's that edition. Monopoly. And we're sticking with the Star Wars theme, and we have Star Wars Saga Edition. So this looks like it runs through 1 through 6. Phantom Menace, God, I can't remember, the Clone, whatever, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Clones. The first 3, I do like the original 3. But anyway, you've got all your main characters. It's kind of a phosphorescent cover, so I don't know if you can see it glimmer a little bit. Kind of cool. And then let's look at the back. Oh wow, got the characters all in. I haven't opened this. Still in shrink wrap. Oh, you got General Grievous. Let's show out some of the new characters. Of course, Luke, Princess Leia, Obi-Wan. Who is that? Yoda. Yoda's standing on some sort of, I'm like, that's too tall to be Yoda, but he's standing on some sort of pillar thing. The money is different. Of course, the locations. Ooh, Boardwalk and Park Place. Those are always the big ones that Michael and I always look at. In this case, it's Coruscant Senate and Coruscant Jedi Temple. Those are the hot spots. All right, so jump from one franchise to another. That was Star Wars. Well, there's also my other favorite, Star Trek. And for Star Trek, we have the Klingon edition. How cool is that? So for you Klingon fans, they actually had these out. Okay, there's a lot of green in this, so it's going to disappear. This Klingons like green for some reason. But it's got the different token pieces, a bat'leth, captain's chair, high courtroom gavel, if you remember in Star Trek 6. And then the properties, again, I'm just curious, Boardwalk and Park Plate. Oh, it's all in Klingon, by the way. So it's like there's hopefully there's a translation inside, but everything's written in Klingon. Oh, including the money. So you know they have a whole language. So that's kind of fun. Okay, let's jump to let's see, Next Generation. Yep, came out with a Star Trek Next Generation Monopoly, which is a collector's edition. I don't know what that means exactly. Maybe they're limited release. But oh, I see Q. As you can see, the board is once again different. You've got Worf, you've got Data, you've got Picard, all the characters down here apparently, and Boardwalk and Park Place. It's Q and the board. I want to go there. Buy that. Then we have the original Star Trek series limited edition Monopoly. Again, very cool. What do they have here? Basically the main characters, right? Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Lieutenant Sulu, Nurse Christine Chapel. Oh, wow, they include her. That's cool. The money is definitely different. And Boardwalk and Park Place is Flint and Bele. Oh, those are the characters in the show that the stories revolved around. Funny, the Soul Creatures, the first one, the cheapest one. But I digress because, you know, I'm a big Star Trek fan. Then we have finally the fourth version of Star Trek that I'm aware of, Star Trek Continuum Edition, not even opened yet. It's still in the plastic wrap. And this one has, oh, it's all 5 captains. Well, at this point, the 5 captains that were available from Enterprise, Original Series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and of course, Voyager. The tokens include the Captain's Chair Communicator and Shuttlecraft, as well as, oh, Vulcan Harp. That's Spock's thing in a couple episodes. But yeah, have not opened this, and wow, they show you some of the properties. Oh, Boardwalk and Park Place. Sorry. Vulcan. Oh, Starfleet Academy, and I can't read that one. The print is very, very tiny. Very cool. That's Star Trek. Okay, now we're going to go on some different franchises. I'm trying to make this quick as possible, but bottom line is I love Monopoly. I love different versions of it. There's only like 3 that I haven't opened, maybe 4. Oh, one is over here, but anyway. Next one is Firefly. I love Firefly, the series. And the movie wasn't too bad either, but Joss Whedon's the series. Again, the tokens are, oh, very cool. They got the Reaver ship, the Serenity itself, the space shuttle, the Brutus. All the characters are on it. And it looks like they're all planets. So every place they've visited and surveyed and so on and so forth. But yeah, how cool is that? That's the Firefly. Another franchise. Oh, there are very many holiday editions of Monopoly, but there's one in particular that just caught my eye because it's one of my favorite movies. The Whoville Monopoly edition. Yep, it's the Grinch himself. And oops, upside down. Whoville Monopoly. Oh, let me look at the characters. Of course, the Grinch. You got Max. Looks like, oh, the Broken Heart, 3 sizes too big. Very cool, a sock. But anyway, the money's different, the cards are different. Let's look at Boardwalk and Park Place. That would be Blobbity Blah Blah. And I'm going to try and attempt to pronounce this. One Tribulus. I don't know, but that's what it is. How cool is that? So you can celebrate the holidays with the Grinch. All right, next one. Oh, well, of course, you know who, Big Disney, the mouse himself, has several editions. This is the one I got. This is the, do they even call it? It's called the Disney Theme Park Edition 3, and it comes with a pop-up castle. What that means is it's literally very cool how they designed it. You don't have to build it every time. You take care of it, though. Open it slowly, and this 3D version of the castle, Magic Castle, opens up for the board. And of course, the properties are different characters in different places. The pieces include everything it looks like from Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey to the Abominable and the magic what's it called? The bobsled ride. Thank you. And an exclusive this edition had a Disney and Mickey Mouse kind of token there. So it came with this box and this box only. So that's cool. And the 3D thing is really neat because the front door is open. You can put the characters inside. Let me move this up here. I'm running out of room. I'm getting buried in Monopoly games. Okay, the next one is, of course, the Disney Toy Story theme. Again, there's green in it. That's why it's disappearing. So Toy Story edition. Ta-da! Great for kids, great for family. This one kind of be the one you want to introduce your kids to, because it puts fun involved with the characters in terms of different locations throughout the 4 movies that Andy did and went to, as far as what's most important and whatnot. And of course, you could be Buzz or Bo Peep or Woody. What's that? Oh, the one of the aliens, the green guys. But yeah, their boardwalk here is Ferris wheel and Star Adventure Game. Again, locations that the toys had visited or dealt with or whatever. Oh, here's one of them. I haven't opened yet. I love Superman is my favorite character. So a DC property. One of the DC licenses was Superman Returns edition. This is when Brandon Routh played Superman in the early 2000s, I believe. I could be wrong there. But anyway, check that out. How cool. Superman kind of money, different locations, different stages of the film in terms of what was going on with the story. Kryptonite cards and Clark Kent's glasses are some of the tokens. The logo, the Daily Planet, and even Kryptonite. You can be a Kryptonite piece. So how cool is that? Yeah, Superman edition. All right, another franchise. Okay, if you want to be a raccoon or a Gamorrean or Star-Lord, you can do the Guardians of the Galaxy edition Monopoly, including Groot. And let's take a look. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Volume 2. I don't know if there's a Volume 1, but I got the Volume 2. Various characters around there. You can be Groot. You can be the Gamora sword. All kinds of different characters. Their boardwalk and Park Place are Thanos and Geo. That was father of Star-Lord. Chris Pratt's character. And next one. Dun, dun, dun. Back to the Future edition. And they made it look like one of the radiation boxes that you got the plutonium in. So the trilogy edition, so it involves all 3 films. So there's the DeLorean on the main board. And you could be the clock tower, the cowboy hat. You could be Einstein, the DeLorean. The money's different. It's all digital printed. See that? Various locations from all 3 movies. And the Boardwalk Park Place is the clock tower. Clock Tower 1985 and Clock Tower 1885. Those are Boardwalk and Park Place. Very cool. Another franchise. Dun, 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 the Ultimate James Bond edition, which includes, the cards. I guess I've opened it, but I guess I haven't built it yet. But these are stickers that you can put anywhere you want to create the various areas where you want to put the different things. But there's items from each of the Bonds, the Q boat, the space shuttle from Moonraker, all kinds of, what is that? The Goodyear blimp. Not the Goodyear, but the blimp that Bond destroys and jumps out of. That thing. So this is cool. So you can put whoever, whatever you want, wherever you want, in order to do your version, your personalized version, James Bond. Okay, that's And I want to show you the latest edition. I literally just got this today. Yes, Monopoly has gotten a little bit political, but it's in a fun way. This is called Monopoly House Divided. Clearly red and blue, Republican and Democrat. But this game, let me see how they describe it. Why stop at Boardwalk? Now you can have the White House. How funny is that? So obviously they have cards with elephant and donkeys representing the two parties, major parties, and then the various places around the board that you need to get or achieve. I guess the White House is the goal, which is a little thing right here, and then the various pieces, including an elephant and a donkey. It says here, buy as many states as you can to help establish campaign headquarters, flex your political muscle and executive power cards, I voted cards, help you vote on who profits and who has to pay. So can't wait to play this version. I'm proud of Hasbro and Monopoly for doing that, because it shows that they're kind of giving you both sides. All right, I'm going to jump to different things that Hasbro have. Of course, Monopoly is my main love, but they also produce a product called Clue. And I just wanted real quick, since it's the same video about board games, here's the original Clue. And I believe this came out in 1932. I can remember this as a kid, playing this for the first time and thinking, wow, how cool is this? This is one of the original boxes. You can see it's all frayed and ripped up here and old and turning yellow. You can't see the yellow part, but it's the famous characters and Professor Plum and all that, the single dice, the little confidential card where you put who the murderer is. Well, that's the original edition. Well, again, Hasbro or the various franchises that are out there, they made a Clue edition for Firefly. How cool is that? Now, with the Clue editions, where the Monopolies, pretty much the rules are the same, and they just vary a little bit depending on the objective, like obviously the Democrat Republican one. This one, they actually put little tweaks on, add things on the board, add specialty cards, got all the tokens, all the characters, but it makes it more interesting because you bump into something or you pick a card that allows you to pop somewhere else, or it's kind of fun because, and there are negative cards too that kind of bring you back to where you started, all that kind of stuff. So they learned how to make Clue a little more dynamic. Here's another edition. Thank you for being a friend. Yep, this is Clue with the Golden Girls. How cool is that? And again, this is funny. This is a disaster. And here it is. Here's the catchphrase. Who ate the last piece of cheesecake? What item did they accidentally leave as evidence? And where did they do it? That's right. So somebody ate cheesecake, and you have to figure out who did it and what evidence was left. And the evidence could be a lipstick, a slipper, and the rooms are their various. This is basically their house. And the different rooms, the 2 bedrooms, the kitchen, the living room, and all that, the patio. It's so much fun. And again, there's little bonuses in here with the question marks of how they adapted the game and made it more, challenging and fun. Funner, is that a word? Anyway, another edition of Clue is, the Doctor Who Clue, and it's who is the one that was the mind-controlled culprit? What powerful weapon was used, and where was the Doctor taken in the kidnapping? So apparently the Doctor's been kidnapped. Make sure you have it the right way. And ta-da! The various characters you can be. The Doctors, some of the companions, some of the friends that are friendly aliens. The various tokens. Oh my God, the rooms, different planets, different areas. You have to find the Doctor, and again, it's got these specialty cards, which change the action or make it more challenging, or give you some advantage. All right, that was Clue. Now, there's another franchise besides Monopoly and Clue called Risk. Risk is one of my favorite games. I don't have the classic version of this, believe it or not, but I do have a couple of the franchise versions. Amazing. This is Risk in the Doctor Who universe, and of course, it's the world, so they're trying to do global domination. So it's the good guys versus the bad guys, and who gets there first. They got little Dalek pieces, and the TARDIS as well. And basically, you have to save the planet from the Daleks, just like in the other one. You gotta battle it through. Well, there's another version of Risk, and this one is the Star Wars edition. Now, this is really cool. It's got a lot of really fun pieces in it. The board's a little bit different. They don't have any graphics on the side. I don't know how easy it is to open, how much time I've taken here. Let me take a quick look, see what I can show. Oh, wow. It's kind of like a pressed in plastic, not plastic, kind of a felt Velcro-ish kind of material. It's rubbery, and I don't know if you can see, but the board is round again, and it has various components in terms of pieces that you move around to do your battles. Keep it all together, the rules there. But that's the Star Wars version of Risk. And of course, last but not least, whoa, my little stack just fell over, which is not so little, is the Star Trek edition. Star Trek Risk, and it's got the 5 captains again. And this one has shows you the back. Oh, it's heavy too. As you can see, the various characters you can be in terms of fighting, and then of course you've got the various fleets is how they work it, as opposed to battle what you're doing. And then if you can see the board a little bit, it's kind of a galactic map. So they've adapted the Risk concept to the Star Trek universe and allowed you to be fleets of ships and command in very particular ways. Each captain has a different way of commanding and different rules and qualifications, which makes the game more interesting because you're playing against various different kinds of ways of attack and ways of defending. So that's it. So you have seen all my monopolies, all my clues, and all my risks. And let me tell you, they're fun board games. If you've never played one, I would suggest, if you want the franchise version, find your favorite theme. You can look on Amazon, you can look on eBay for the older ones, or just get the original versions of each, and they're so much fun, especially with family and friends. And they're classics. They're classics. You learn about each other. You learn people's priorities when it comes to money and buying and whatnot, and how people think, in terms of, should I go ahead and buy this right away, or should I invest in something else, or do I need enough money for my bills? So that's Monopoly. And Clue, of course, is just fun because, who did it with what, where, all versions. And then, of course, Risk is a battle strategy game. So depending on the game and who you are, that strategy allows you to win or lose. That's pretty much it. So hopefully you enjoyed this edition. Hopefully this wasn't too long. I appreciate you watching. My name is Lorenzo Marchese with the Geek Authority's Mysterious Chamber of Collectibles. I have 2 other shows, one with Mary Lee Holzheimer called the Geek Authority and Holzheimer Distribution Show. We have a lot of special guests. We have celebrities on there. We talk to fans. We talk about conventioning, and we talk about everything that collectibles and what you need to think about. I also have a show called the Unboxing the Geek Authority. And what I do there is I open up things that I've received via companies or whatnot, and I see them for the first time as you do. Literally open up the shipping box, take out all the packaging, and poof, whatever it is, I see first, you see first, and it's so cool. I always like doing that. So if you know anybody who works at the toy companies or anywhere who wants to send me stuff, and I'll do an unboxing just for that, let them know, send them to me. Any questions or comments below. The various shows that I have, I believe, are popping up, and don't forget to subscribe. I need to get some subscribers, a lot more subscribers. That would be great. Thank you. Don't forget to click the bell. That'll let you know every time I post something. If you click the one that anytime a notification comes up, as well as share. Love to be shared on whatever social media or however way you want to. But I appreciate it again. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed this one. Again, I'm a big gamer. I hope you are too, and see you next time. Bye-bye.